Today we will see how to create a resource group in Dynamic in Azure. So why we use resource group means for if you are creating Azure API or if you are creating any virtual machines, you need to give compulsory the resource group. Let's create a resource group and go for add. And I'm using a free trial, so I need to give some name. I will give Azure Dev Testing, and you need to select the region also, which region you need it. So I am selecting East US and click on next. If you want any tags related thing, or if you the tags will use for after creating it using it's like a uh, it's used to track using means we can search using a tag also. So when we have multiple or if you have more resource group, so in that case you can search using a tags also. So for now you can let's say like dev and click on review, or you can go for next and you can review the details and you can click on create. So it will give you the Azure Dev Testing. So if you open this, so you can find with the subscription ID and tags. And if you click on tag, so you can find what are the resource we have with using this tag. It may be Azure DevOps or Azure. It may be virtual machines or anything. So let's see here. So you can create a policies also, like suppose I want to restrict some details, like I want to assign some policy to an employee, like if I click on assign policy, so you can see like if you click on here, so you can see the if you have any resource you can, or you can select add to selected. Present we don't have any resources. So here you can give the policy definition, means like for which one you need to give this policy. So you can assign the policy, and next you need to give the assignment name, and you need to enable the policy enforcement with enable. So it will this policy will assign to the, and you need to give the Azure user also. So it will assign based on the user. So let's go for resource group, and you can see these properties. In properties you can find which we gave when creating a record and creating a resource group. And if you want to see the activity log, means which person is using this resource group, you can use the you can see the name and related thing. So and you can give the access controls based on the role assignment, or Azure based on the user assignments. And we'll go for insights. So insights is to, it's like a monitoring, means if you want to view like if I want to check how many this resource, how many resources are using, if there is any alerts, so you can track like a monitor. And if you want to give any alerts, you can assign a alert rules also, like suppose to alert some if I want to select if I want to write some conditions, means I want to send some notifications if suppose I'm using app services, and you need to select the resource, and you can write a condition. We can give a scope and we can give the conditions, so which you needed. So let's And next one is the metrics. Metrics is like it's also a same as a monitoring. So it's like a uh, you can see as a graph. So this resource groups which which uh, which instance is using or which virtual machines are using. We can create a graphical view, and we can see the logs also. So if there is any if I want to monitor some logs, like if you got any errors or any related errors in any instance, so you can log that instance log file also. And if you want to write events also, you can have the events. Events is like if I want to trigger this uh, if I want to create when creating a event, like if I want to uh, if some person is creating a record, if some person is creating an Excel, so using these tools you can trigger the events. So mainly here we use logic apps for any events triggering, like a as a Azure based workflow or automation. So functions is used like a we can use a custom coding for to execute the without having more it will it we use for this used to trigger from a code level. So webhooks, like it's used for to access the events using an HTTP. So storage queues, like we have a storage session in Azure. So in that if we want to queue some data, or if you want to send some events to the storage queue, so in that case you will use this storage queues. So you can see this one. So the depends on your needs. You can create this logic apps or any other things. So if you want to support a request also, you can support a request. But now I'm using a trial account, so we don't have we will there is no support for trial account. And if you have also, so you can uh, so they will charge some money. So, or you can go for solutions. Suppose if I have issue with some subscription management, or if I have technical management, so you can click on my service, or you can click on some services, and you can you can see the problem type. You can give some summary name, and you can give some problem type, and in that we can select that subcategory. Suppose I'm selecting an Azure domain services. Now in domain services we have so many things. So suppose I have issue with user signing. So in that case, you need to select this one and go for a solutions. Okay. So in development we don't have a support section, so that's why it's not showing any next button. See. Yeah, we have solution. Yeah. But mainly in support session, you need to uh, so it will give some when you submit this description. So it will give some steps. Means instead of going to Azure support, so it will give some steps to figure out that issue. So in that case, you need to write like some description. So first it will see what is it will give some suggestions. So if it's so you can if it's if you find any if you find issue in the session, so you can create that means you can check that session, and you can fix that issue instead of going to support. So this is the resource group creation, and these are the some of the features we have in resource group.